Welcome to my presentation. This is my audience for today.
Hello.
So today I'm going to be, for my presentation, I'm going to be talking about technological dependency. Within the past 20 years, technology has effectively changed the way that we do things in life. From innovations as early as introducing the first iPod in 2001 to recent technological advances like self-driving cars. This growth of technology is caused by the way we are integrating new tech into our very own lives, finding a new way to dramatically impact simple gadgets like the way we look at our phone or use daily household items. This perspective on where we can implement technology is the main impact in why things have changed so drastically the past 2 decades. It can be quite interesting to question what the next technological feat may be, but what exactly is the goal of pushing new technological advancements? Before we get into that question precisely, we must understand where we stand in today's technological innovations. During the past couple of years, we have noticed large leaps in the way we are integrating technology to everyday objects. It first started with cell phones, being able to access the internet. This creative opportunity opened up the boundaries to understanding the potential of what we may use cell phones for. Within a couple of years, cell phones were now being completely redesigned for more than use than just making calls and texts. They were being integrated with capabilities of doing things that you can do on a computer. The way that the phone has reimagined was just the start of the newer technological innovations. Today we see common day items like watches and telephones with smart technology. Smart Geek Risk explains on December 4, 2016, how this new technology has allowed watches to send and receive text with the touch of a wrist, and has even been redesigned with the capabilities of tracking and monitoring your own health. Even televisions have opened up to the possibilities of this use, being able to access more than just standard cable channels, but having the ability to use applications like YouTube, Netflix, and Hulu. But that is just scratching the surface. Televisions are now in some of the most highest resolution of picture quality and even are capable of presenting movies in 3D format. You may even notice as technology upgrades that these items have gotten thinner and smaller in size. This is due to the circuit boards of the actual circuit that powered the device. As the years have passed by, engineers are being capable of compacting so much memory in a hard drive into some of the tiniest chips, and being able to provide less compensation in space so that hardware takes up little space as possible. With this new ideal thinking about how technology is incorporated in everyday objects, this is one key feature in technology and is always being pushed to its limits. But is this the only way we can be implemented? This technological feat are not just benefited from consumers, it can also be implemented in workplaces as well. Giant companies like Apple and Microsoft are not the only ones that are into the next technological information. Companies like Amazon have dipped more than their hands into the field. As we know, Amazon is probably the biggest online store on the internet and handles millions of merchandise. So exactly how do they sort through this information on a consistent basis, being able to get things to customers on a timely manner? Well, CNN Money on October 6, 2016 explains, with 3,000 employees, one of its largest shipping factories in Baltimore is completely computer automated factory with little help of human labor. These machines literally pick up the items you request and ship them all the way from the truck to the slightest help to the employees. The way it works is employees pick up an order. They then look up the item on the online database. They then request those items to the exact location that they're standing. Robots will literally bring the shelves that the items are on and meet the employees exactly where they're standing. As the robots meet at the location, the employee just scans each item into a yellow bin and sends it into its automated shipping system, which consists of 8 miles of conveyor belts. After the item has been scanned and sent, the items will be packaged and sent to the delivery trucks to be mailed out to the buyer's location. With this type of system, companies like Amazon are getting the most efficiency out of their shipping rate on a global scale. They are able to receive and send out practically within the same day. These results show well in how an automated system works with a workplace. Ever since companies have pushed the way technology has been implemented in consumer products, as well as in major factories, we have seen a never-ending growth in how much technology is being produced every year. While we notice new tech coming out every year, the numbers in which we can compare our growth to about 10 years ago has practically tripled. Smart Insights on March 1st, 2017 explains the usage from mobile devices has grown from 12% in 2008 to 51% in 2017. This just shows how much new tech into smartphones has really been taken advantage of in today's generation. Smart Sites on March 1st, 2017 states that it has even gotten to the point to which the usage of computers has gone down, from 80% in 2008 to 42% in 2017. The way we use our phone has significantly changed how we use the internet. The advancement of the cell phone has grown so much that 68% of the United States alone has a smartphone, which shows exactly how large the tech industry is growing. I believe within 20 years down the road, we will have phones that are enough to power the storage as computers do, making phones become one of the most dependent items for business and social media. As the number states the factual base of how fast technology is growing each year, we notice this to be the cause of how high of a demand technological innovations are being requested, and the new market that it creates. Due to this competitiveness, we see this become the main motivation for speedy technological advancements and wanting innovators to have the next new idea of the decade. It can be amazing to see the impact engineers have on development of technology, but it is the most interesting where the inspiration comes from. For the most part, a lot of it comes from movies. For example, when Steve Jobs thought of the iPad, he took inspiration from the movie Star Trek and the information pad that they used on the movie. This example of how innovators use movies as inspiration is a great example of how innovators find and push the means of creating new tech. By thinking of this impossible, it motivates the mind to find a new way in achieving the goal. Without the minds that think outside the box, we wouldn't have much technology that we have right now. Most of the people that have come up with this stuff dream big and find passion in making it a reality. There's no telling what we may see 20 years down the road, but we can look at it and achieve today and tomorrow. And now that things will look bright, technology has come a long way in the past 2 decades, and we will continue to open our minds to the next opportunities. Thank you for your presentation, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening, guys. Oh my God.